Welcome! I'm your host, Petra Schulte. I'm a nutrition educator and I'm very excited to share with you about the Eat Smart, Live Strong program. It's one of 4 fun and social interactive sessions. Well, we're doing it on video, but I'm going to encourage you to interact with me during the program. So the Eat Smart, Live Strong sessions are designed to help older adults adopt 2 behaviors that may improve your health and your overall well-being. And the 2 behaviors are: eat at least 3.5 cups of fruits and vegetables every day, of which 1.5 cups should be fruit and 2 cups vegetables. And then participate in at least 30 minutes of moderate intense physical activity most days. So this session 1, is reach your goals step by step. So what I would like you to do is get some materials. I'd like you to get a pen or pencils and a piece of paper. And I also hope that you've had a chance to print out the handouts. The first, or one of the handouts is, for this activity, is how did I do yesterday? So that's the handout that you need. How did I do yesterday? So our first session, Eat Smart, Live Strong, in this series is reach your goals step by step. And that's what we need to do often. Just take one step at a time. Don't get too overwhelmed with huge goals, but have shorter goals for a longer reaching goal. My personal goal actually for this series has been to do half an hour of physical activity. Often I get so busy that I don't take the time to walk on a regular basis, and so this has been my goal, to do half an hour of walking with my dog every day. So I mentioned to you before, we want to increase or eat more fruits and vegetables and get more physical activity. And it depends on your activity level, your age, and also your gender, how many cups of fruits and vegetables you're eating. But generally, we can say eat at least 3.5 cups of fruits and vegetables. And I'm going to give you an example. I have this handy dandy 4-cup measuring cup. So if you figure if you can fill this with fruits and vegetables, then you're in good shape. I'd like you to think now, what are some of the benefits that you think of eating 3.5, maybe 4, you can always do more, cups of fruits and vegetables? What do you think, why is it so helpful to eat fruits and vegetables? So take a moment, you can pause the video if you like, and write down on a piece of paper why you think eating fruits and vegetables is so good for your body. I mean, what's the big deal about fruits and vegetables? So I'll give you a moment to do that. You can pause the video if you like. Okay, so I hope you came up with a list of why it's so important. So let's check whether some of the benefits you wrote down are similar to the ones I'm going to share with you. So you can get vitamins, minerals, and fiber to maintain good health. Maintain regularity, that's helpful. It helps prevent or delay the effects of chronic diseases, so chronic conditions such as obesity, diabetes, hypertension, and heart disease. And it adds color, taste, and variety to the diet. And we have a great example of that color and variety right in front of us. Every little bit of eating more fruits and vegetables helps. So You could eat fruits and vegetables as a snack. You can add them in wraps. You can add them to soups. You can add them, eat some fruit or some vegetables before your main meal. You can have more vegetables as side dishes. I mean, there's so many ways of doing this. Now, we'll do a skill building activity on how you did yesterday with your handout. And what we're going to do now is estimate a cup of fruit and vegetable. And I'm going to guide you through this. So let's start with fruit. So here, by the way, if you display fruit like in a fruit basket, or here how I have it set up, it's very inviting and encourages people to eat more. A cup of fruit, so a cup and a half of fruit a day. Now I put the bell pepper in. Most people actually would put it in the vegetable group, but it is a fruit because it has seeds. But I'll put it, you can have it either way. I'll put it here in the middle. So 1 cup of fruit / vegetable would be medium-sized bell pepper. Then a medium apple, a large orange, a large, this is not necessarily a large banana, but here is like a larger banana, would be 1 cup. We have a kiwi wine at home, so 3 of our small kiwis, probably in the store if you get 2 big kiwis, that would be a cup. Also dried fruit would be half a cup. So here this would be a full cup, but here it's half a cup of dried fruit. And then of course you don't just have to rely on fresh fruits and vegetables, but applesauce would be fine. You can have frozen fruits easily, where you can make a smoothie, or you can make a fruit salad with it. And so frozen, 100% fruit juice could work, though there is no fiber in juice, so you have to be a little bit careful, especially if you have diabetes. So I would recommend eat the fruit with the fiber rather than with juice. And then the fresh fruits are great too, and frozen or canned. But when you eat canned fruits, make sure there's no added sugar. So let's look. I'm going to scoot this. Scoot this over a little bit. Let's look at our veggies. So I have this delicata squash. So this would be 2 cups. So I cut it in half, and that's about 1 cup. So half of this delicata squash is 1 cup of vegetables. Again, you could use canned. So here I have canned pumpkin. This is 2 cups of canned pumpkin, so half of it would be a cup. The whole can would suffice for your vegetable intake every day. But again, I like to encourage you, you can always do more, but that's the least that would be helpful. 1 cup would be 2 stalks of celery, like 3 spears of broccoli, or these 3 different sized florets of cauliflower. This would be, the beet would be 1 cup of vegetable. 2 small carrots, or if you have a much larger, this is not a much larger one, but if you have a much larger one, then 1 carrot would be 1 cup, or 2 smaller ones. And sweet potato, medium-sized sweet potato, would be 1 cup of vegetables. And I love eating sweet potatoes in the morning, so I can easily eat 1 or 1.5 of these. This would be probably more like 1.5 cups or 2. And the only difference, it's all 1 cup or a piece. But here we have Leafy greens, that's more like 2 cups. So 2 cups leafy greens, whether it's spinach, this one is kale from my garden. 2 cups of that constitute as 1 cup of vegetables. And that's kind of gives you an idea. But here is a very special group. And that's, I have a cup of beans, cooked beans, or cooked peas, dry cooked peas. So from dry beans, either from a can, or if you cook it yourself, it's a little cheaper. 1 cup is part of the vegetable group, and that is very interesting because they're also part of the protein group. Beans, lentils, and dried peas are legumes, and they're a great protein source because they give you also iron and zinc. And they also are in the vegetable group because they are rich in potassium and very rich in fiber. I mean, these are the superfoods for fiber. So you can count a cup of cooked legumes also in your vegetable group. So what I'd like you to do now is take your handout. How did I do yesterday? Now that I explained roughly what a cup of a fruit and vegetable represents. And what I would like you to do is under fruits, in the first one, check off whether you ate 2 cups, 1 1/2, 1 or half a cup, or none. And then do the same for the vegetables, whether you ate 2 cups, 1 1/2, 1 half, or none. And then total it at the bottom. Write that down. So you can turn off the video or pause the video for a moment so that you can do this activity and figure out how many cups of fruits and vegetables you came up with. Okay, so I'm very curious whether you matched the recommended minimum 1 1/2 cups of fruits and 2 cups of vegetables every day. Also, some other ideas where you can add vegetables. You can add them to sandwiches. You can just actually, even for breakfast, you could munch on a cup of romaine lettuce. It's very tasty and it's rich in calcium. 100% vegetable juice could also work. Just make sure it's low sodium. And you can just snack on vegetables, maybe with some hummus, and get that way, get more fruits and vegetables in your diet. So that is it for today's session on figuring out how many fruits and vegetables you're eating. And there is another session on goal setting that I encourage you to look at. Another session also I like you to look at is the one on physical activity, and then for that one we'll use the same handout that we just used. How did I do yesterday? And my name is Petra, and I'm delighted to be here offering nutrition education for you. That was created, the program was created by USDA, SNAP-Ed, and I really appreciate it. It's a wonderful program. See you in the next video. And what we're doing now, this session 1, is reach your goals. And what you will need for this is a pen or pencil and your set your goals handout. So the goals, your goals should be a bit more than what you did in the handout, how did I do yesterday. So we already evaluated, figured out how many fruits and vegetables, cups of fruits and vegetables you ate yesterday. So we know what our baseline is. And now I'm suggesting to you, or encourage you, to add an extra half cup of both fruits and vegetables for each day. And at the top of the handout, what you can do is fill in your personal goal. I will eat blank cups of fruits. So whatever fruits, cups of fruits you ate yesterday, I encourage you to increase an extra half cup. And whichever, how many cups of vegetables you ate, increase that by half a cup. And I already mentioned the goal. And then what you can do is for the rest of the, so for today, actually, depending on which day you're starting to do this, fill in, let's say today that you're watching is Wednesday. So yesterday was Tuesday, so what you were eating in fruits and vegetables yesterday, you fill in to the day of the week. And then from now on, you can track for the whole week how many cups of fruits and vegetables you are actually eating to achieve your goal. Because it's good to know where you're at, and then what your desire is, where you want to go, what your goal is, and whether you're achieving that goal. So this handout I really, really like it. Because it helps you track your intake of fruits and vegetables, and also how much physical activity you are doing, which will be in another session. So you can track your progress, and I encourage you to keep it visible in your home, like maybe on your refrigerator or on your mirror somewhere, probably in the kitchen would be helpful, especially the refrigerator, because you open that quite a bit, or on your counter, display it nicely so that you're always encouraged to eat more of these fruits and vegetables. And there could be some challenges to reaching your goals, and let's talk a little bit about general obstacles that you might have as an older adult. And if you're not an older adult watching this program, it's good for anybody. So, and everybody could have challenges. But some challenges for older adults could be difficulty chewing fruits and vegetables. One option could be that you choose canned fruit packed in 100% juice or water, that cooked vegetable, cook them until they are softer, so that it's easier for you to chew. You could also blend them, like in a food processor or in a blender. You could make smoothies out of fruit and drink it, but actually remember to chew, because chewing activates your stomach juices and helps with digestion. You can make blended puree out of vegetables. You could make a soup and then blend it. Like I can show you one tool. You can do it with a blender, any blender, or sometimes you can have this cheaper tool where you can just in the pot blend it up, and then it will be easier for you to eat. So there are many ways of doing that. If you're having trouble handling a knife to cut up fruits and vegetables, you could use canned or frozen fruits and vegetables that tend to be bite-sized. Sometimes you can already buy, for example, pumpkin that's cut up. So that's another option. What if you're too far away from a grocery store? It would be harder for you to walk there. You could possibly use a community van service, go grocery shopping with a friend, or ask a family member to help. And if you are up for it, if you're further away from a store and if it's safe to walk, you might do your walking and weightlifting, you could maybe pull a little cart, like my mom has a little shopping cart, and so that's another option. Also, for those of you who are low-income adults, the higher costs of fruits and vegetables sometimes make it hard to add 3.5 cups of fruits and vegetables every day. So here are some ideas for you. You can participate in the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. It's also called SNAP, and that's what I'm doing here, SNAP Education. I feel so grateful that I can do this for you. You can enroll in the Senior Farmers Market Program. It's not a lot of money, but it adds some, and some farmers markets double that amount. So you could choose produce in season, and you could use food distribution programs such as food banks and food pantries. Those are also very helpful. You can purchase dried, frozen, or canned fruits and vegetables when they're on sale, and then use them whenever you need to. Like I know in the fall, it's much easier to get pumpkin, fall and winter, but then it's harder to get them during the spring and summer, so you can stock up on your pumpkin. And if you have animals, they often, like cats and dogs, like pumpkin too. And participate, you can enroll in Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, and you can use the benefits from the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program to buy seeds, and you could grow your own garden. Sometimes there are also seed exchanges where you get free seeds in your area, and you can save your money for food. And you can, even if you don't have a lot of room, you can put some herbs in pots so that you can do sprouts, so that you can get some fresher vegetables that way. So I like to, in wrapping up this session, I like to impress on you the value of setting goals in order to eat more fruits and vegetables and to be more physically active. I'd like to thank you very much for joining me in this session, and I invite you to look at the session 2, 3, and 4. It's a series of 4, and I break down the videos into individual videos according to the topic. So I'm hoping that you will also look at the exercise, how much exercise you did yesterday, and then setting some goals for your physical activity, because both of these goals, eating more fruits and vegetables, provide you with more phytochemicals, more antioxidants that protect your body from chronic diseases like cancer, diabetes, heart disease, hypertension, and obesity. And the fiber in fruits and vegetables, but especially in your legumes and whole grains, really help with satiety too, so that you can achieve or maintain a healthy weight. The physical activity gets you stronger. You'll stay physically more stronger. You will have more energy, better sleep. So join me in the exercise activity too, and the other sessions. I'm your host, Petra Schulte, delighted to bring nutrition education to your home. Bye for now.